and thank you for having me and allowing me the opportunity to come up in front of you rather than sit with you. Jenny was supposed to join me this morning. She was going to help keep me honest here, and she was my AV coordinator, but she kind of made a rookie mistake of, we had a late game last night, and then slept in this morning. So she's not going to join us. I guess that's what you get for relying on an elected official to keep it on.
Yeah.
I'm going to show a quick video here if I can get to it. Maybe not. All right. We did test it and it did work, so we will skip the video. But what the video did tell you is that this is our 10th year at BB&T Ballpark, new ballpark downtown, and have a lot of great things going on. Certainly a lot of promotions. I left some schedules on your tables there that you can check out. We should have our 3 millionth fan at some point in August. So since we opened up on April 13th, 2010, we will hit our 3 millionth fan, hopefully sometime in late August. Wanted to thank all of the great community support that we've had over those 10 years. A lot of that is represented in this room. I think all of you have supported us in some way, even if it was just coming out to one game. Certainly we have some corporate partners in the room and great community partners. So thank you for that. And today, what I really wanted to talk about, because I think all of you are familiar with what we do and the promotions that we do, but I thought it was fitting for the Rotary audience to talk about our business, the minor league baseball business, and our philosophies in that, and our commitment to the community as well. So a little bit of a different perspective. Want to save a few minutes for some questions here. I promise I won't be as long as Jeff Lassiter was last year. You remember Jeff came up, my old boss. He talked to about noon, so I'll get you out of here before that. But our core business philosophies, the first that I want to talk about is our community commitment of, yes, we are a for-profit business, but we are also a community business. Without community support, we would not exist. So we take a lot of pride in that fact of giving back to the community and really being a community asset for the entire triad. Some of the programs that we have, this is a great picture of one. That's actually Parkland High School's baseball field. This is one of my favorite programs that we do. We've done 4 Little Leagues, Parkland High School, and we'll do the We Play City of Winston-Salem League this year, where we take our staff, we have some corporate partners that go with us, we take our grounds crew, and we go out and completely renovate a field. Each field is a little bit unique and different, so you never know what you're going to do. It's anything from painting dugouts to resodding to picking up trash, whatever it takes. The goal of the program is to raise excitement in kids, provide them a safe place to play. All 4 Little Leagues the following year after we left saw an increase in enrollment. The athletic director at Parkland High School said in his time at Parkland High School, he has never heard anybody speak positively about their baseball program until the week that we were there. So very impactful. This summer we're working with the City of Winston-Salem We Play League. It's a lot of inner city kids, a lot of families that don't have a lot of resources. The city maintains their field, so the playing surface is actually pretty good. But the kids, they don't even have 18 gloves to field 2 teams. So it's the old shortstop leaves his glove and shortstop runs in to hit. Next shortstop comes out and picks it up. So we're giving back to them. We're helping them out. We're actually going to pick them up at their field on the last day of their season in one of our big charter buses, drive them to the ballpark, walk them through our clubhouse like a Major League Baseball player out onto their field where they'll play and have a clinic with our players. So definitely one of my favorite programs and ways to give back. Overall, we donate back to the community about $200,000 a year from the Dash through programs like that, a lot of in-kind donations and some cash donations as well. Next picture here is of our MVP program. So this is also another, it's an educational program. We work with about 35,000 students across 8 counties. So sometimes you think Winston-Salem Dash, it's only for Scythe County, but really do expand across 8 counties. Through that program, it's education-based, so we leave it up to teachers and principals to decide what that is and what those goals are within the classroom. Many times it's reading goals or attendance goals. And as part of the program, the kids get some prizes as they go. They get to come out to the ballpark twice, once to a dash game, either at a field trip or we give them tickets to come out with their family. The other opportunity is what we call our open house day or our kids day, where they can come out, our players sign autographs, the ballpark is open, they run around in the field, kids zone, everything, and have a good time. So really, really strong program for us there. Unsurpassed customer service is our next core value, and these are in no particular order. Certainly, our customer service, people in the purple shirts, our staff, that's the face of our organization. We put a lot of resources into our staff, so much so that we've started our own staffing company back in 2013. So we started with about 160 game day employees. We've always had between 40 and 50 full-time employees. We now have 1,600 part-time employees across all of our properties. So to give you a little bit of background on how that all happened, we started in-house, internally. We would recruit, hire, train all of our ushers, parking attendants, ticket takers. Through our last president, Jeff, we had some connections at Wake Forest. We went over and presented to them. It was kind of a Mickey Mouse operation at the time, and we were in a big room with a lot of people, and Ron Willman was at the head of the table, and we just kind of closed our eyes and took a swing, and somehow he said yes, and we started our operation. We went from about 160 folks to about 330 to run a football game. Today we operate all of the Dash, all of Wake Forest campus and athletic events. In 2016, we got the account up at Virginia Tech, so we work all their football games. We got the Clemson account in 2017. Last year, Baylor, Waco, Texas, which is about the size of Wake Forest. So that program has really expanded, all based on that core group of 160 and those values. We set a lot of our values based off the Disney Institute. So everybody's familiar with Disney World, but the Disney Institute trains Fortune 500 companies. You may be familiar with that side of their business. And they came in and evaluated our operation from top to bottom. One of the pieces of feedback they gave is that we didn't have enough incentive for our employees. So it was, a paycheck and a shirt and a hat and some training, but we didn't have incentives. So that is a picture. We started a referral incentive program. So you can nominate your peers, you can nominate your coworkers, you get nominated from our fans, from supervisors, full-time staff, part-time staff. And Lily there and JR, they were our employees of the year last year, so you see their pictures there, we recognize them. Every one of our employees, I don't like the word employees, but every one of our parking attendants, ushers, ticket takers, servers receives 4 hours of customer service training before they ever step out onto the floor. I don't think there's a lot of seasonal or part-time jobs that allow that to happen, but certainly it's been a great success for us. We put a lot of resources in it, and hopefully you've seen the fruit of that labor when you've come to the ballpark and experienced a good time. Next one is fan-friendly ticket packages and policies. The old school model in minor league baseball was you play 70 home games, you sell a full season ticket package, and you come out 70 games. In reality, if you're not a huge baseball fan or a major corporation, 70 games is a lot to take on. So we do have smaller packages. You can buy packages with a lot of great perks for starting at 5 games, all the way up to 70 games if you want. Some of those folks are in this room. And also flexibility. So we want you to use 100% of your tickets to show you the value in your investment in us. So if you buy 70 games and only use 5, well, it's not doing you any good. You're not going to see any value in that. It's not doing us any good because we got an empty seat that's sold that we can't sell to somebody else to sit in. So we want to be flexible. If you have those 5 games and you're planning on coming out Friday night and life happens and you can't make it, you call us and you exchange it for a future game. You still get to use that ticket. We open up that ticket and hopefully try to sell it to somebody else. So really want to be fan friendly and open there. And the second part of that is inclusive ticket packages. So this is not a lot of times just a ticket to the game. It includes parking, food and beverage. About 60% of our tickets are inclusive. So great for corporations. We see that our scan rates are much higher when there's that added value with the ticket, because if you're giving them to a coworker, a friend, or a vendor, and they're coming out to use them, they don't have to pay for parking. They've got that covered. They don't have to worry about where to go to eat before or after the game. It's all taken care of. So those are our ticket philosophies. Next one here, and a few pictures. That's a picture, if you haven't been in our Flow Club space, that is one of our all-inclusive areas that I know a lot of you have enjoyed. Unique marketing and partnership opportunities. So this really runs the gamut of what this could look like. You see a picture there of Lowe's Foods. That's one of their chefs that came out and actually prepared a meal, and they were trying this new product, the Ready Set Supper product. They were getting ready to launch that in stores, or had just launched that in stores, and wanted to try it out. So they came out, got face to face with our customers, got to talk to them, got to get feedback. So certainly a unique opportunity there. One thing I do like to mention is the 300,000 fans on average that come to our ballpark have a $309 million buying power. So we spend $309 million annually in our market. So certainly a great group, great demographic, very, very diverse demographic that comes out to the ballpark, and certainly that creates a lot of good opportunities for our corporate partners. Here's a picture of one of them, and neither one is here today. I know Jenny's not here. I don't see Kevin. But that was last night, so they're both a little tired this morning from last night. I was going to make fun of them. There's his form, pretty good follow through on that picture. I wouldn't have called it a strike, but it was pretty triple.
He did throw from the mound though.
He did not. He threw from just in front of the mound. So. But he had a good time. When you talk about unique partnership and marketing opportunities, a lot of times, where's my sign, where's my radio ad? Certainly we have those. Those are the more traditional aspects of it. But we also have a great community partnership as well, and some great promotions with our community partners. This is one of my favorites. This is called our Home Run for Life. So we work with Wake Forest Baptist through Brenner's Children's Hospital. Once a month, we select a kid that is in Brenner's. We bring them out to the ballpark, actually about a week in advance. We get them out of the field, we take their picture, we do an interview with them. We take that picture and that interview and we put it in our game program. So the next week when they show up to the game, they'll see their picture on the cover of our program. There'll be a write-up about them in the booklet, and then we actually stop the game. So at the end of the third inning, the umpires stop the game. Both teams come out to the foul lines. The child comes out to home plate. Our PA announcer reads their story. They stand there and then they do what we call their home run for life. So home run, you go all the way around the bases. So they run around the bases, clap five with all of our players as they go, and then we give them a certificate that makes them an official member of the Dash, and the team always signs a bat for them as well with their name engraved on it that they can take home. So really good, really great program there, and a lot of times it will bring tears to your eyes if you haven't seen one. It's really touching. Put that in there to make fun of one of our other guests today. If you can see there in the back. Right about here. Great form there. Yeah. Quality family entertainment is the fifth principle. Certainly in the minor leagues, you don't have players like a Bryce Harper or a Mike Trout that are going to be with you for 10, 13 years or their whole career. So our guys are there for sometimes a full season, sometimes not. So it's really hard to market around our players like professional sports would, or Major League Sports would, I should say. Our best branding piece is our logo and our mascot bolt. So certainly we always say you don't have to be a baseball fan to come out and enjoy. There's a lot else there, the social aspect, the fun, the entertainment. Our entertainment director is actually Disney trained as well. She was, if you've ever been to the Disney campground, Chippendale do a marshmallow roast at the end of the night at the campfire. She was Dale actually in her prior life. So really entertainment minded there, and who better than Disney to train on that and do that. Just some pictures of that I thought were neat, and just kids participating. I'm gonna make one more comment, and then I'll open it up for some questions. So, I moved here, and I took this job with the Dash because I thought I wanted to work in baseball. It sounded better than anything else at the time. But really, the thing that has kept me is our impact on the community support, and our impact. And every year, I always tell our staff to stop. We do work year round. A lot of people think, well, it's sports, you only work for 6 months or 4 months, but we do work really hard year round. And I always tell them to stop at the first pitch of the season and just take it all in and check it out, and realize that all your work is coming down to that one pitch, and look around at the fans and everybody and what this does and the opportunities that it provides to our community. It's much bigger than a baseball game. But recently, my daughter, who will be 2 in July, she'd been to a few games last summer, but came out this summer, and I found a whole new reason to love this place and enjoy this place and have it be a part. So for parents in the room, you will probably understand what I'm saying when I say the next picture you see, if you can get this look on your kid's face, you don't care what tickets cost, you'll buy them. So here's her picture. This was Saturday night. And I do have a video of her screaming after that, but she saw some people in the next section screaming, so she decided to scream. To me, that picture was priceless.
Maybe the foul ball was flying through.
Any questions?
So whenever the stadium was originally built, there was supposed to be a hotel attached to it. Is there still plans for that? And what's building, et cetera, going on around it?
There is. It's part of a 5-phase plan. The ballpark was phase 1. Phase 2 were the Link apartments that are kind of down the left field line at Peters Creek. Phase 3 is a 6-story office building in right field, and you may kind of out in this area here. There's actually a million square feet of development planned. No set date. It was announced in the paper a few years ago, if you saw that, but we have not broken ground or announced that yet. And I really think once the Business 40 project is complete, that'll happen. There's some other development getting ready to happen, kind of up about a block north with some additional apartments. There's another apartment building actually almost complete on Brookstown, and then just, I guess, east of that, there's some more apartments going in. So there's a lot going on around us, but nothing, no ground being broken yet in our footprint.
How does a Business 40 project impact these ticket sales this year?
It's a little too early to tell from a walk-up standpoint. So season tickets and group tickets, which we sell in advance, are better than they've ever been. So we've got great support there. I think the difference will be in the walk-up where we see it, are the people that leave work at 5 o'clock and decide that they want to go to the game that night, or they want to go and do something else that night. So it'd be crazy to think it's not going to impact us at all, but I think it will. But it takes me 5 extra minutes from here to get to the ballpark. So we're ready for it to be done.
What's your pipeline to get recruits to come into your program from a baseball standpoint?
Player standpoint. So we're an affiliate of the Chicago White Sox. All of our players are employees of the White Sox, either drafted in American guys or signed internationally. So that's where everybody comes from. The makeup of our team, we've got some international players who are typically in their 2nd to 3rd year in professional baseball. We've got some American kids that are drafted out of high school that are in their 2nd or 3rd year, and then we have some guys that played 3 or 4 years of college, and then they're in their 1st or 2nd year. So it's pretty diverse, but most of our players are 18 to 23. If you're 24, 25, you're an old man in our league. We're only allowed to have 3 25-year-olds on our roster.
Do you see people coming from Cuba or Dominican Republic?
We do. It's a very international game. We have a guy right now. He's worth the price of admission, I promise. His name is Luis Robert, the White Sox signed him internationally for $26 million. He'll actually, there was just some new laws changed that kind of going back to the old laws. The Obama administration opened up the doors a little bit and allowed some Cuban players to come in, and the laws have changed now. So he may be one of the last that came over and didn't have to get himself out first to come over. So signed for $26 million, and he's hitting, I think, 480 right now through the first 13 games. 5-tool center fielder, runs, hits, throws. Really fun to watch. So it's definitely an international game, and we have there's about 6 countries represented on our roster. About 11 players that are not from the United States.
You mentioned Bryce Harper. Do you see any guys in your line going up to the bigs?
He's one of them. He's one, and then our second baseman, who's on the opposite end of the spectrum in physical stature, he's about 5'5". He great contact hitter, great defensively. Actually has decent power for a smaller guy too, and he won a World Series at Oregon State 2 years ago, or I guess last year. And his name's Nick Madrigal. He's our second baseman for now until he moves up the ladder.
He hit a ball Friday night, foul, that was up on the walkway up in left field.
Yeah.
He's a blue guy.
He is, but he gets his money's worth.
How long will you keep those guys in, do you think?
It depends on the developmental part of their process. So some guys they'll fast track and they'll be there for a few games. Chris Sale, who won the Cy Young last year, he was there for a couple weeks. But it depends on their age. The younger guys they may keep for a full season before they move them up. It depends on who's in front of them as well, and what they're trying to work on. You think they're all just out there playing to win, and I kind of do too. But there might be a really small little thing in their swing that they're keeping them here just to work on that, and get a lot of reps before they're ready to move up. So it's
Where do they go from here to Double A?
So with the White Sox, our Double A affiliate's in Birmingham, which is Michael Jordan's team. You remember when he went down and played. So we're actually other than Birmingham, very North Carolina. Our Low A affiliate is in Kannapolis, the Kannapolis Intimidators. Advanced A is what the Dash are. Double A is in Birmingham, Triple A is in Charlotte, and then the Major League White Sox.
I heard some of the news this week about robotic technology being introduced to kind of replace umpires and minors. Is that something affecting you guys? Is it real? Or?
I hope not.
Is it something that is actually being introduced?
It is being discussed, and I don't think I'm more of a purist. There's a thing out there that people say, well, baseball takes too long. We're losing our young fans, and they're trying to speed the game up. They think that would do it. I just think it would take too much away from the game to have a computer calling balls and strikes. That's my personal opinion. But and really the average length of a major league game is actually still shorter than the average length of an NFL game, but nobody realizes that. I just want to talk about how long major league games are. So yeah, commercials, right? Inning breaks. So I think it is a real possibility. We've seen it with instant replay already. The technology exists. It's there. It's just a question of whether they implement it or not. Hopefully they don't.
First of all, I agree with you. Nobody would have paid to see Billy Martin or Earl Weaver kick dirt on a computer.
Sure.
The other question, my question is, I know last year they said that there was a rule that you couldn't have minor league teams in contiguous counties, and that Greensboro and Winston just got grandfathered in. So how is High Point getting a team?
So
That's an independent.
it is independent. So that's a good. The question was, there is a rule that you need a 30-mile or county buffer between two affiliated minor league teams. So Greensboro and Winston-Salem actually grandfathered in. They both existed before that rule came into place. So today, if there was a team in Winston and was not in Greensboro, by the minor league rules, you could not put one in Greensboro. High Point is independent, so they're not affiliated with minor league baseball. Independent, you can put a team wherever you want. So it is a little bit of a loophole, a little bit different there.
You think those guys will hurt you any as far as attendance?
If you ask the management of the Grasshoppers, they say yes. and I think that may be more of the county divide. I think more people in Guilford County stay in Guilford County than Forsyth County go, and 80%, 85% of our fans are from Forsyth County. So I don't think as much. We do have a few groups that come from the Thomasville and High Point areas, but ultimately I think it's good for the area to have more baseball, and another great facility with great support. It really shows. I think it's a testament to the Dash and the Grasshoppers that minor league baseball can be successful in this area. So for somebody to want to come in and add a third team, I think that really speaks to the success that our community and support our community has had.
I noticed Sunday you had a bunch of vendors out there. Is that new?
So we had a craft fair on
Is that what it
Sunday.
was?
Yeah, that's the fun in minor league baseball. You can do kind of whatever you can imagine. So we had a food truck festival on Saturday. We had a craft fair on Sunday. This Saturday coming up, or next Saturday, is going to be the first ever prom baseball game doubleheader. So we'll play our baseball game at 2 o'clock, and then we'll have a prom that night. I won't go to the prom.